Okay, so here's the math that was given. So I'm going to start with this problem right here. 5 plus something equals 17. Well, I like to say think about fact families when they're adding, and we know that two little numbers make the big one. So if I were to use my number line, I could use my tools and say, okay, I know that I started with 5, so I could circle 5, and I added something until I got to 17. So what I want to do is figure out how many it took to get from 5 to 17. So that's when I could make my jumps. I could say 6, 1 makes one jump, 2 jumps, 3 jumps, 4 jumps, 5 jumps, 6 jumps, 7 jumps, 8 jumps, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the answer would be 12 jumps. Now, the other way I could think of it is if I know my fact families, I could take my pencil and I could say, oh, well, I know that 5 plus, I don't know, equals 17. I also know I need another addition and two subtraction problems to go with it. So instead of writing a number, I could just use the box, the square. So I know when I add, I can switch my little numbers. And since this is my big number, I'm going to go ahead and leave him there. So I can go ahead and put that 17 here. I take my little numbers and I can flip them. So that would be box plus 5 equals 17. But ugh, that's the same thing. That can't help me at all. So now I'm going to look at subtraction. I know that my family is 5, box, and 17. So I know when I subtract, I'm going to start with the biggest number, which is 17, and then I can subtract my littles. So if I put a 5 as one of my littles, then that means I'm only left with a box. So when you look at this problem, can you solve it? Yep, you can do 17 minus 5 or start at 5 and count up to 17, which the other family would be you switch your 5 in your box and you would get 17 minus whatever our missing number is equals 5. And that won't work. So that leaves us with using the numbers this way to figure out what the box is worth. So that's one way. Here's another one. This one sometimes gets a little hard when you have the box plus 9 equals 19. Well, since we're adding, we know that we add two little numbers to make a bigger number. So our biggest number is going to be 19. So we need to figure out what to put with 9 to make 19. So I could use my number line and say, oh, I know one of the little ones is 9. I know my biggest one is 19. So when I count my jumps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It takes me 10 jumps. So I know that my mystery number must be 10. Now, I could also think fact families, and I could use that, I don't know what it is, plus 9 equals 19. Well, I could take my littles, my little numbers I like to call them, which is this one and this one, and I could switch them and say 9 plus box equals 19. But can we do 9 plus box or 9 plus I don't know? Nope, so that one doesn't work. So that means since we have two addition problems in our family made, we could try to make the subtraction families. It's the subtraction version of our family. So I know 19 is my biggest number, so 19 always goes before the subtraction symbol. So I could do 19 minus box equals 9. Can I solve 19 minus take away something? Nope, because I don't know it, so that's not going to work. But I could take my two little ones, which are the mystery number and the 9, and I could flip them or switch them rather. And when I do that, I get 19 minus 9 equals, I don't know. And we know that we can actually do 19 take away 9 using our strategies. So that's another way that you could do those kinds of problems. Now, these are usually, I'm not going to lie, the trickiest ones right here. So it's kind of the same idea, except this time we're subtracting. Always look for that symbol. And since we're subtracting, we know that the biggest number when we subtract is going to be before the subtraction symbol. So the biggest number is going to be 17. So since this is the biggest, we know that here's a little, and this has to be a little. And what do we know about our two little numbers? They're going to have to go together to make the big number. So that means we're going to have to start at 15 and count until we get to 17 to see what we get. So I could find 15 and I can count until I get to 17 and see how many hops it takes. So let's give it a try. 1, 2. It took 2 hops. I could also start at 17 and see how many hops it takes to get to 15. 1, 2. So my missing number would be 2. Now, I could also, I'm going to show you how to use the fact families for this one too. If I know that my problem is, 17 minus something equals 15, I know my fact family is going to have 2 subtraction and 2 addition problems. I know 17 is my biggest one, so 17 goes before the subtraction sign, and I know when I add, 17 is going to be what they both equal. So now, since I already have 17 minus mystery number equals 15, I can actually switch these two. I can take 15 and move it here, and take box and move it there. So when I move the 15 over here, because it's a little, it's going to equal the box because I switched them. Can you do 17 take away 15? You sure can, and that'll give you your answer of 2. So finally, the hardest one is when you have the missing add-in at the beginning of a subtraction problem. And here's why it's tricky. When we subtract, we know that the biggest number is going to be before the subtraction symbol. But it's missing. We don't have it. We don't know what it is. All we know is we have a little one and a little one. So what do we need to do with those 2 smaller numbers to figure out a bigger number? Well, you have to add them. So I could start at 2 or I could start at 9. And I'm going to add up 2 more. Boom, boom. Where did I land? I landed at 11. I could also start at 2 and count up 9, but that's going to take a lot of jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Where did I land? On 11. So the answer would be 11. Sorry about that. Let me erase that. There. All right. The other thing is I could still use fact families. I don't know my big one, but I could say, something minus 9 equals 2. All right. Well, if I leave my biggest number, I have to leave the box where it is, and then I flip my 2 little ones. Well, that didn't help. So now I've got to try my addition problems. I know my biggest number is unknown, so I know I add to get my biggest number. So I'm going to take my 2 little ones, 2 plus 9 equals blank. Can I do that? I can. Or I could try 9 plus 2 and equals blank. Can I do that one? I could. So either way will work if you use your fact families. But most of the time, if you have missing numbers, figure out, is it the biggest number or is it a smaller number? If your mystery number is a big number, then you can add the little ones to get it. If your mystery number is a smaller number, then you can start at the other smaller number and count till you get to the big number to figure out what it is. I hope that helped.